thirsty. Yeah.
Went to the park to get the scoop. Knuckleheads out there, cold shoes and hoops.
What's up? This T-Shirt Kings 247.com. I recently researched all the other internet sites that sell shirts like we do. And by far, we are the cheapest. With us, you order 20 shirts, you get 60% off. You order 50 shirts, you get 65% off. It's hard for me to properly articulate the deal you're getting because it's so damn good. T-ShirtKings247.com, 937-603-4494. Whatever you need, we bring it right to your door.
I'm here.
What's up? What's up? What's up, man? Welcome to For Shits and Giggles podcast. I'm Ahava Elian, TShirtKings247.com. I got my brother Bone in the building. You might know him as TA, but Bone in the building. And we got my cousin, Remy G, in the building. Man, For Shits and Giggles, man. Everybody, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell notification so you can get alerted every time we drop hot content like what we're about to do tonight. So up first is Sha'Carri Richardson. Now, Sha'Carri Richardson has been in the news for getting into it with her boyfriend at the airport, and she was pushing him, and she got arrested for pushing her boyfriend, essentially. And it's all over the news, but now a new story has resurfaced, and the body cam footage of her arrest. And the whole video is about 34 minutes. And I advise everybody to go and watch it so you can get your own perspective instead of just watching like the tidbits that I seen on the Breakfast Club today. But I do want to get my bro's perspective before I get long-winded, so I'm gonna go to my immediate right, which is my bro TA. Bro, have you got a chance to see the Sha'Carri Richardson video?
I haven't seen the extended version of it, so but I think that just hearing the reactions from people that are talking about it, I think that it adds more. It definitely add more detail about what we originally saw, and some people may even change how they view what occurred originally. But it just add more details, and now you have more to go on, and you can pretty much make more of a concrete judgment about what did and didn't happen as far as the incident between the two.
Not concerning what happened or did not happen. Just looking at the whole incident, I want to speak on what I kind of started to touch base on our podcast on Monday. We're talking about just the double standards of stuff. Because if you watch I watched not only the body cam video, but also saw her first apology. Well, was supposed to be an apology that was absolutely atrocious. It was not an apology that she had. And then I guess her PR team must have came out with her and had her come back to do another apology. Because what she said the first time, this was like, that was pointless. Why did she even get up there and try to act like that was an apology? She started talking about what position she put herself in and somebody she cared for. Never did she say that she loved the man and this and that. But we've seen this man go ride for her, that he definitely was not trying to get her in trouble or wanted her to be arrested or anything like that. But just from the point of what we talked about the other day, you guys' viewpoint was, maybe it wasn't that serious, or what did he do, this and that. And the point of the matter is that that's never the question of what we ask when it's pertaining to a man. If her boyfriend would have done this same thing to her, this dude would have been crucified in the media and would have already been lost every endorsement and everything that he had. I'm not sure what took place, but my point of the double standard is that we never ask that question when it's dealing with men at all. Nobody asks, well, what happened? What did she do? Why did he react like that? That's never a question. It's just always he should never act like that. He should never do that. And that's the double standard that I think has gone way too far, and women have taken it too far because now they think that whatever they do is okay, and and there's no accountability for their actions.
Now, when I'm watching the body cam footage, I'm looking at this as just like they trying to shame a black woman. That's what I felt like. Uh, there was no reason to arrest this woman for that. Absolutely not. You might separate them. You say you go on your way, he go on his way, and let that be the end of it. This is the
Um,
same stuff that they want to black women for. Back they got this bigger pain tolerance, acting as though our black women should be independent of a man, and they don't need no man, and they don't need no husband, and being tough and this and that. Now, because had that been any, I don't, man, had that been another race woman, they would have just separated her. They might have scolded her, they might have talked crazy to her, but it was no need to arrest her for the pushing. She was like, wasn't even doing full arm pushes, really. She doing like body bumps, which, listen, it is wrong. It shouldn't be done, but she shouldn't get arrested for that. But the point is to humiliate. Plague. She kept saying, "Are you for real? I'm gonna get arrested for this." I had an argument with my boyfriend. It was more than an argument, but it was less than a fight. And it was wrong to like charge her with domestic violence and not let her get out of jail. No bail, no bond for that. It was
Well, you know,
it
this
was
ain't the first time
overenforcement.
that she's been put off she was put off an airplane previously for inappropriate behavior a few years ago. So she's had a few run-ins, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a fan of hers and I root for her. But the fact of the matter is, just like the tolerance is never to excuse it coming from a man, we cannot excuse it coming from her. Her
but given
behavior,
what
she's in
happened
the
though,
public.
that sort of goes against what you were saying. Like it's a double standard because she ultimately got arrested. She got arrested for it. The very thing that you said would have happened if it was a man. She got
Happened to
arrested.
her.
She got
Right.
But she
They
arrested.
hasn't
treated her like a man.
She got arrested. So
she hasn't been crucified in the media. She hasn't lost endorsements. She hasn't and
I
what we
think she
talked
did.
about
She did
and,
lose an endorsement deal. She lost
and
an
what we
And it
and
seems
She's
what
like
we
def-
she's
it's,
getting
and it's
crucified.
definitely not over. She's getting raked over the
and
coals.
my first
Yeah.
point about the double standard was talking about the interaction of it happening and how people handled it. And what I talked about was the double standard of when it's a woman doing it to a man, nobody intervenes. Nobody even tries to be like, oh, break this up. Hey, stop this and that. They just let it go and oh, it's okay. But
Right.
if it's a man, then you got folks want to be Captain Save a Ho and jumping into it and create more of a problem.
That's harsh.
But I mean, it's the truth, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you're jumping into something that you don't know what is the background of it, what is taking place, whatever. That's why I'm saying you're jumping into somebody else's relationship as opposed to minding your own business. And that is the double standard of a problem. A woman can go to the police without anybody being there and seeing what happened and say, this man hit me. This man is going to jail without that. It took for Sha'Carri to be seen on film for them to go do anything to her. If this man had just went and said, "Oh, she put her hands on me," we wouldn't have never heard about it. And
But I
that's the
think that
double standard that I'm speaking on.
I feel well, like I said last week, I feel that the double standard exists, and that is just a reality. I don't think that it's going to change, and I think that we all know it's there. And it goes both ways. There's double standards that work in the favor of men. There's double standards that work in the favor of women. It's just in this one, this is one that clearly I think it does work in some cases, work in the favor of women. But here it seemed like they're even in, to a certain degree, even in the playing field, because I'm with I have in that I don't think that she probably should have been arrested, but ultimately she was. The very thing that they said if a man would have done, she did and got arrested. And she's getting all the scrutiny that she's getting clearly is going to get worse after this new video footage has come out. And she's going to lose endorsements because, like you said, this isn't her first time having an issue on a plane. She's had the substance abuse and that stuff starts to snowball, and I'm sure I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the ridicule that she's gonna get at the end of the day. And like I said, I think that she might, and with her being a black woman, she might get it a little bit worse at the end of the day.
What double standards do y'all think exist for men?
I think men can be much more promiscuous without getting labels attached to them in a negative connotation. That if a woman does, then it would be a problem.
I disagree with that because we spoke on the other day that we talked about the numbers and we talked about what's the average number of how many sexual partners a man have compared to a woman. And with a woman, it was 4 to 7. And with a man, it was what 7 to 8. So now let's look at the proportion numbers of how women outnumber men. So if you look at it, you go into places like, just speak like when I went to Tennessee State, it was 18-1 woman to man ratio. So now, if we having around the same amount of number of sexual partners from men to women, and it's a greater number of women than it is men, something ain't adding up with that. Because who the true players out here then?
But I just think the label. I'm not saying. I'm saying the labeling of because this is all about perception of something, right? So if a woman sleeps with a bunch of men, she's going to be labeled in a negative way and would never brag about something like that to her friends. But if a man does it, he's looked at as like a player or somebody that got a lot of women. And so all I'm saying is that there are some things that men can get away with that's not looked at negative, and there's some things that women can get away with looked at as negative and being overly emotional. Now, when we listen to, how do I pronounce her name? Cuz what's the right way to say it?
Sha'Carri? I think it's Sha'Carri.
Y'all said two different things. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one. I always say Sha'Carri.
Sha'Carri. Well, if Sha'Carri, I think the worst thing that she did was really want her boyfriend arrested instead of her. And it kind of ended up being like he was really trying to save her at the same time that she was trying to get him locked up. He said everything he could to protect her. But she was so emotional, she just said, "What? I'm going to jail. You need to be arresting him. He the one that did this to me." And it could be true. Like, we don't know what he does to her behind the scenes or whatever it might be, but I think that it was just over enforcement of the law on the young lady for real. Even though she was out of bounds, hopefully the benefit of this for her is for her to actually learn a lesson and chill out and know that, like, man, you're not getting away with nothing. But it was definitely an overreach to arrest her like that, because it was just out of bounds. You could have separated them, you know what I'm saying? And then make her spend the night in jail for that. It was, I just feel like we was like kind of like putting a blow up kit on it a little bit, making it seem like it was completely outrageous. It was wild, but it wasn't nothing like that.
Well, that's typical when you're dealing with black entertainments and black athletes. It's always going to be something of the jumper cable put on there where it's blown completely out of proportion. We've seen situations well, we saw Ray Rice lose his whole football career. You know what I'm saying? Off of something that we didn't know, because his wife never left him. They still
Was that
together
when he was at the elevator? Was that the
yeah,
elevator?
yes.
That was rough.
They
That
still together.
was rough, though. That was rough. See that? I
But
think that was too much, man. Ray
what
Rice,
you,
and he boom.
He knocked his wife out.
That was tough. And
He,
but
yeah,
we never knew what led to up to the situation or what happened. But what I'm saying is she didn't leave him.
nah, I
Public
don't think she should
perception.
leave him. She
but
shouldn't
that
leave
was,
him over that. I mean, I don't know. She should leave him over that. That
but
was a
that
big one, but
in the
I mean,
in the in
not
the Ray Rice
necessarily.
situation, man, that had everything to do with that video. It didn't matter if she
Exactly.
left him or not. The video showed him knocking her out. The NFL is not trying to have that showing up on Sundays and he's on an NFL roster. Whether she left him or not has zero to do with what happened to him with as far as his ability to play in the NFL. He knocked his wife out. Like literally punched her in the face.
If Sha'Carri Richardson had done that to her boyfriend, then we would just say like, oh yeah, she got a serious problem. But bro, she, even though she was pushing him, she was still exercising restraint. She was like body nudging him, shoulder checking him a little bit. She did like 3 times. He walked away. She cooled off. And hey, bro, if he lied about something that he knows she'll get mad about, he
It's
already know he
justifiable.
messed up. That's why he. It's not no, because it was in a public place, and
Not
it
only
was
in a
just
place in the airport. I think that's getting lost in it too. One
yeah,
place
that was like
did not
doing too much
act up like that is in the
It's the
airport.
airport.
in the
You
airport.
you can't do that in the airport. I mean, the heightened sense of like just security and all of that, I think that plays into it. And when you say that things can get blown out of proportion, I'm not even 100% sure that the arresting officers knew who she was. I mean, no,
Right.
I mean, she's a huge track star, and I know who she is, but it's
Yeah.
no guarantee that they know her like
I
that.
don't think I really
I
did
don't think
watching
they
it.
even,
It wasn't a guarantee. You're right about that.
it's
I
not a
don't think
guarantee
that
when
they
that happens.
just knew for sure.
She's
for
not
sure.
a. It's not. I could understand if it was someone like a Serena Williams, where her celebrity is so
Right.
big.
Right.
But her, I'm not for sure if they even recognize it's just a woman and a guy having a domestic dispute in an airport, and that is. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that.
I don't think that they locked her up because she was her and they was trying to like shame her. But any N-word can get it.
No, the shaming comes from the media. That's who does the shaming. Once stuff gets into the media and the media it takes control of it and they have their own narrative, the media has their own agenda and narratives, and they are the ones who are going to shame,
absolutely.
condemn, and tear down black athletes and black entertainers.
That's for sure, and that's not going. In my opinion, at least, it's not going to go anywhere after what happened. That's why I'm saying she's definitely going to suffer a major ding after this incident and all the details that come out. I mean, that's not a good
It'll,
look for her at all.
it'll die down again until the next what's coming up, the World Games, or because the Olympics was last year, so next year will be what, the World Games.
No, they. Oh well, yeah, they will have the World Championships. I was going to.
Yeah, so it'll
2 years coming up. It's going to be here too, isn't it? The Olympics. They're going to be in LA.
But yeah, what I'm saying, I know. You got the next major stuff of being like the world stuff that's in between with the Olympics. So I think that's every the 2 years before the Olympics. So that's when, and so that'll be next year in 2026. So it'll resurface then. It'll resurface right every time she run a race. You're gonna hear about this incident before she runs a race because she is a black athlete. But I said, so that's part of it stands. But what I was speaking on of a double standard is how situations are handled when they're taking place, meaning how people intervene, how people get into stuff, how they jump into stuff, into relationship. People are so quick to be like, oh, he can't do this to this woman. He can't do it, not knowing what the situation was, not knowing what she did. You know, you got men that'll run around and see a man and a woman getting into it, and he has no clue. It could be this man's wife, and this man that walked in the house and caught his wife in the bed with another man. And then you got another man that'll see it. Oh man, you can't do that, jumping in somebody else's business. And that's what I was speaking on. Had that been him acting like that to her at the airport, everybody and their mama would have been trying to jump in and intervene. And then it turned into a whole nother different situation. But folks watched her do that and said nothing about it. Nothing. Well, she eventually got. That's the point I was making on the double standard and how that leads to all type of other situations and stuff. But
I think that's
she has been
a woman is always going to be viewed as, I mean, in terms of physicality, a woman can't typically, I say 9 times, 10 times out of 10 can't defend themselves against a man. So that's why people are going to intervene. It's nothing that she can do with him in terms of the level of physicality. She's not strong enough to hurt him. And if he were doing, to your point, if he was doing something to her, of course, she can't do nothing to prevent him from like physically hurting her. So that's why people.
It doesn't. But my point is, it doesn't have to be physical. If somebody see you arguing, if you could be somewhere arguing with your wife, and somebody else would come in and try to intervene and jump in, this and that. And that's what I was talking about, the Captain Saberhole mentality. Because now, dude, you're trying to have something to say to another man and his wife that has nothing to do with you. And you don't know what the situation is. And this is what happens all the time. And this is why guys people end up dead and all that type of stuff for always jumping into something and not minding your business. That is a problem out here. You know, seriously.
I don't think it's a problem.
Hey,
you ain't seeing that happen a lot.
But look, I did feel when we was watching this video. Let me bring up the video, by the way. Let me see. The video, there we go. So the video, having this guy just interact with police, to me, is just dangerous, bro. Domestic dispute. Let's see here.
Let me know. Because now that we have to talk to them boss, they just keep I need to. Pretty much it. Well, we have a relationship, this, kind of thing going on right now. But yeah, exactly. I brought his bag. I stole my lungs out. I was leaving the phone.
Look at the setting, though, bro. Look at this guy here. I don't know if you can. Just looking at her. Look at his eyes, bro.
Talking about the guy behind her, the way he's looking at her.
Yeah, he hates her. He's annoyed by her. Look at him, man. Look at their language. It's just all contempt, all pure disgust for her, bro. Disdain. And their whole thing is just arrest. Bro, do you know Trump? Now, this will kind of tie into what I'm talking about, but Trump has deployed the National Guard in Washington, D.C. to battle criminals, to battle criminals, drug dealers, homeless, basically what they're calling the scum of the earth. You got the National Guard. To me, that just sounds like you're saying it's a war on young black people. I mean, it's dog whistle for that. And this is the attitude, man, that we're getting from people that's just basically like he just can't stand her. He's tired of people like her and arrest her for something. I mean, and this woman begged her eyes out, bro. All kept begging, please, just let me go, man. Just y'all gonna arrest me. Y'all gonna arrest me. Look, just arresting her. Look, she can't understand what's going on.
So what? But this is what I'm saying now. We talk back to a double standard. So when we talked about Shay Sharp and his indiscretions and the things that he messed up with his woman and this and that, we were big on the accountability part of it and that he should know better and do better. But now we're trying to say with Sha'Carri, well, forgive me if I mispronounced her name, but what we said, what you're saying is that he should let that go because and she shouldn't have been arrested because it's petty. But we just talked about not acting up, knowing that you should not act up in the airport. So where's the accountability of her knowing that in this situation and in that environment, this is totally inappropriate, and you're more than likely going to go in this direction because of where you're located at and where you at. Now, had this been at their home or at a restaurant or something else, maybe it is viewed upon completely different. But we know in the airport, with the problems that you got to go on the planes and all this and that, that is the last place, and especially for a black or brown person, that you should be showing out at. So
I agree. I think that little detail makes all the difference. The fact that that happened in an airport completely changes how everything played out. I mean, the fact that I don't think that it's surprising that she got arrested, but I think that anybody would have if they were doing that. I mean, all the times that I've flown, I've never seen nobody. I've never seen an incident like that in an airport ever,
right.
never. And
Right.
I would expect for them or her to have gotten arrested. I do. I remember I had a teammate, and it was funny at the time. And this was before, I mean, I was in college, but before all of the heightened security and all that stuff, but we were going through the TSA line, and they wanted to look through one of his bags. Silly dude. He was like, man, it ain't like I got a bomb in there. And they had essentially, he was arrested, and we were on our way to a game. And I mean, and he was a white guy, and his ass damn near missed the flight. Like, he was detained right there in the airport, and coach couldn't say nothing to him. It was like they wanted to search everything that he had immediately. So I think in the airport, you just can't act like that. I mean, I'm not surprised that she got arrested, and I don't even think it was as much, like, dude, you should have known better.
Now the thing too, also to what we see in how it plays out is that she's going to be charged for something, because you can be arrested and let go and not be charged. So let's see if there's going to be any charges that stand with this incident, and which it probably won't. But like I said, she's not going to live it down. Every time she gets ready to run a race, this will be brought up every time.
The people won't hear it though. She don't. If she's winning, that sort of covers up a ton of miscues and issues. If she is doing what she's supposed to do on the track, I think a lot of it, despite her having to hear it or not, she'll get a lot of negative press behind it. But if she winning, I think that she can overcome it. But it definitely is going to be a stain on her, because, like you said, every time she races, it's going to be something that they'll talk about, and it'll be a part of every interview.
I hope we make her into some type of just something good comes out of this for her, man. Seems like she got like some rough patches, Like little
Now,
little hiccups keep happening with her.
now speaking like a transition here from not domestic violence, but looking at women in sports, since we talking about stuff with women and the different double standard and stuff, this and that. What do y'all feel about um women boxing? So like now you getting all the hype about Clarissa Shields and Layla Ali. Like what's y'all take on that? And them with Layla saying that she want 20 million to come out and fight. Do y'all actually think that somebody would pay this type of money to watch these two women fight?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I don't know because I'm not a quote unquote big women's boxing fan. I'm not a fan of seeing women hit on each other. Double standard. I think it's cool for dudes. I watch MMA, but I don't like to see women do it. So I wouldn't, even when I tune in and they have women on MMA fights, I don't
What's
typically
your
watch.
favorite women's sport?
Uh, Women's sport, probably tennis. I like, basketball too, but probably tennis and then track.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big women's golf fan, but I would definitely probably say tennis, basketball, and track.
But Pam, watching them too, I hate boxing, man. I hate boxing, period. I don't like
Yeah,
boxing, men boxing or women boxing, to be honest. But
I like
I,
I like
but,
men's
but
boxing. I'm just not a big fan of women fighting.
I
Period.
don't. I don't like it. But the what was I gonna
Do
say?
you think
But as
they'll pay the
far as
20 million for it?
I think so. I think that there's enough people
But
because last fight that the other sis fought Clarissa Shields, there was a bunch of where I was at somewhere, and they plugged the TV up to make. Oh, it was North's. I was at North's wife's birthday party, and all the guys in there wanted to watch the party. They brought a fire stick from somewhere and hooked it up. So it's definitely women's sports right now. I feel like it has momentum. The women's college basketball got momentum. The WNBA, college WNBA, women boxing with Clarissa Shields. It has been a buzz happening. So I think that it'll work if it was on TV, just because it is Muhammad Ali's daughter fighting a new young champion. I think that
see,
that would be a good event to watch. I wouldn't want to see either one of them lose, but I think it'll be all right. I wouldn't.
but
I don't like.
that's the other thing too, though. Layla Ali, in my opinion, it's not going to be a big draw because she's so much older. It would have been nice if they would have both come along at the same time, but I think Layla Ali is in her early 40s right now, and nobody. I mean, once we saw, I think, in my opinion, when you saw those celebrity boxing matches and Tyson fighting so old and all these guys coming back and fighting when they're clearly past their prime, it's definitely not going to be a lot of interest or as big of a draw when you have a female boxing
Man,
in the 40s. I don't want to see that.
I think Layla might be in her mid to late 40s, and
And
so
that's even worse.
exactly. So I mean, me personally, I mean, I watched Layla fight when she was younger, but for what amount of money, what do you have to prove to be at that age to want to fight this younger girl who's in her prime? And then also for Clarissa Shield, what does she gain from it? Because you're
No,
fighting somebody who's not in their prime. You know what I'm saying? So, you're not you I hate to see that when it happens with athletes, and you got people that want to try to measure themselves up against somebody with the greats or something like you seen Kobe doing that against Michael Jordan when Jordan was 40 years old and Kobe's 20 something years old. Man, you can't compare yourself against that. It's not prime against prime. So it's really not a thing to try to. Oh yeah, I want to play like that's like a young cat coming into the league now. I can't wait to play against LeBron. I want to prove myself against LeBron. LeBron is 40. You didn't want no
Yeah.
parts of 20-year-old LeBron. Like, so I just feel like, and especially that being in boxing, that when those reflexes and stuff aren't the same, that's when it really show up in that type of sport of you getting old. And I personally wouldn't want to see Layla go in there and not be prepared just because of age and everything, that she's not ready for something, and it looked like her father fighting against Larry Holmes, you
She
know.
get her light turned out.
Yeah,
Blue.
right.
Blue.
And then if she wins, and let's say she knocks out Clarissa Shields, women boxing really that will hurt women boxing.
Oh, it's terrible if she loses to Layla Ali, who hasn't fought in years, and comes out and beat what is supposedly the best boxer out there. Oh, it's over with for women's boxing. It's over.
Yeah, no, there's no interest in it from there on. And so that's this just what I was interested in with seeing, because that's been a lot in the news a lot lately, just talking about them too, and their them boxing, and then also the WNBA with them walking around with shirts on that say "Pay me what you owe" and all this and that. What's y'all take on? Do y'all think the salary should be higher in the WNBA than what they are?
The business part,
So
man, from my
wait a minute, bro. The
understanding,
chat is going crazy. Yes. Yes, nephew
what
in the chat, dad in the chat, Will Blackburn in the chat, Shawnee Mack in the chat. Going back, he said Ray Rice went in. That was way too much. Yeah,
exactly?
man.
He knocked his wife
Rice
out.
was crazy. It's ties on point. Why do you want her to lose endorsements? Double standards don't apply here. They talked to him and just arrested her. So I think what dad is saying right there is they didn't even really listen to her side of the story. They've seen a video and then just straight arrested her off of that. Where what? And they could have used some type of discretion and gave her maybe an appearance in court, something. This or some. So back to Layla Ali. They said Layla is 47 years old.
Yeah, that's
Golly, do you want to
yeah,
see her
47.
fight at 47 years old? That's
right.
crazy.
That's definitely not something I would be interested in wanting to see, and not paying and wouldn't pay any money to watch that. I just wouldn't want to see Layla fighting at that age. At what for what purpose?
Yeah, that's a no go. And
Nephew
it's
said the
the
only way that fight sells anything if Papoose comes out with Clarissa and Remy come out with Muhammad Ali. I mean Layla Ali. So it needs to
That
be basically a tag team match
right.
with the girls.
I actually think people would
That'll
probably
be
be more
fire.
interested in seeing Clarissa Shields and Remy Ma fighting than Layla Ali.
Right.
So again, what's y'all take on the pay side of the WBA, because that's been big news. Like I said, you got them wearing shirts and stuff that said "Pay us what you owe," and I just want to hear what y'all take is on that.
From what I understand, the money part of it is hard to justify them getting paid significantly more than what they're being paid now, because they're still operating in the black. The league isn't making money right now. The league is being subsidized essentially by the NBA.
What are they
So,
talking about? Pay us what you owe us. What do they owe them?
well, now I think they're getting, comes down to revenue share or something like that, but it's complex. I don't fully know if that's what they're asking for, but I know they're currently they're saying that they don't make money. The league does not make money. The WNBA is not making money.
I don't think they
Never
do.
has.
Right. It don't
Yeah,
seem like they
it's
do.
never operated at a profit. So to be able to pay them more, I think it's a hard argument to go and say we should get paid
Hey,
more.
hey, listen, they got on shirts talking about pay us what you owe us. They said, okay, they then take like more money from them, give them less. You said pay you what we owe you. We owe you much less than what you're getting now. Come on.
Yeah, and this goes back into what I'm talking about of I don't say double standard or whatever, but just the unrealistic thing of women on stuff that they should always be in a situation of, oh, pay us exactly. We should be paid like the men. We should, but you don't generate the money. The WNBA has not generated the money. Even with their TV deal, people don't even really watch it. But Adam Silver made that a part of the deal with all these places that wanted the NBA. You had to put the package of TV deal for the WNBA. And until I'm like, y'all don't deserve the money until you are operating in a profit. There, what? How do you profit share when there's no profit? Like,
Terrell said
so,
that it's been in the black since it started. Never been a profit, even when the Houston Comets won 3 times. Better ride the Caitlin Clark wave. Do you think that Caitlin Clark is making the the WNBA more viable?
I think to a certain demographic it is, but on a macro level, not really. I think their viewership numbers, I take that back. I think viewership has gone up. It's gotten a little bit more marketable. You got females that have their own, signature shoes now. I think Asia Wilson has one. Caitlin Clark has one. And I think that just adds to the popularity of the game. But even with all of that, that's my whole point, the league itself is still not profitable. And that's going to be hard. That's going to be a hard one to justify all of the money that essentially it seems like they want. You got to get a lot more popular, and it's got to be a bigger sale. And right now, it's not. They're not selling out.
Is there anything that women could do in women's basketball that would make it start rolling?
Yes, women have to support the league. Women have to watch it. Women have to go out and buy the women's jerseys. It has to be something that women support.
Hey man, Reed
in order for it to grow. Because
Reed put a lot of pressure on women.
No, I'm telling the truth now though, because
that was a great answer. That was a perfect answer though.
It's not true. Supported by women. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women are not supporting them, but then say, oh, women, they should be paid. Well, are you going out buying their jerseys? Are you going out to the games? Are you watching it on TV? And that's an answer is probably no to the majority of women. There's a small percentage of women that support that. So in order for it to go to another level, it has to be supported by women because, to be honest, men, we may you like hoop and this and that, and you may watch women basketball. Damn. Women basketball is not as good and interesting to most men that hoop as men's basketball is. It does not have the same.
In its biggest hype year, even with Caitlin Clark, they lost $50 million.
Exactly. So how can anybody, when this is what the scenario is? You can't ask for more money and you losing $50 million a year, and then you're stating it with frustration and this that, like we should. No, you got to generate more money. The money's not there. The support is not there for the league. You're not going to get it. Like, what other business operates in the black for 20 plus years and still is a business?
I'm just trying to figure out why it's not entertaining. What are the men doing that makes it so much more entertaining than the women? I mean, dunking is one thing,
Yes.
but now everybody shoots a lot of threes anyway. So, I mean, if women can shoot, if they can dribble and got some, some nice handles, why we
The
don't want to watch
athletic,
it?
the the athleticism of what is with men does change that, because it is more exciting with, like you said, with dunks or different finishes and this and that, and then being a definite hooper sometimes, and I've been around women basketball from men in college. We watching the girls, you support them, this and that, but it's different. The level of that is different. A lot of people will look at it and say, "Oh well, oh these girls they hoop like men," until they have to play against a man. Like, no, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not
I
nowhere.
told you, Reed got a
No,
Hey,
problem
bro.
with women, man.
it,
Hey, you. Hey,
it's the
Reed
truth.
has a
hey,
problem with women, man.
guys.
It's the truth.
Guys,
A
you going in the
WNBA
women
team will
tonight.
lose to a good high school team. It's just the truth.
WNBA team will lose to a good men's high
To-
school team.
Yes, yes.
I
Like
believe that to be true. I just think physically, a good high school team, you may have a guy playing center at like 6'10". I mean, you can't
There's
run.
nothing you can do with
And
that.
I mean, just physically that you would be overmatched, and it's just different games. Most females that transition playing with a guy's ball versus playing with a female ball, it's just different. I mean, the court would get a lot smaller for them. Guys can recover more. I mean, just physically bigger, stronger, faster, and that doesn't bode well for women. I mean, it's just you know, it's
like
just from the
when you see
visual
when you
though. The
see
visuals don't look good. Like you look at women run track when they're running fast. The level of entertainment is the same as when I watch men run track. The product that you see when women play basketball not the same product as when you see men. When you see women play tennis, in my opinion, it's the same level of intensity. It's the same level of competition that I see when men play. When I see Serena play, I could see it's a lot like when you see Pete Sampras play. It's no really, it's no trade off with basketball.
Right.
It's clear that it's a difference. There's
No,
there's
yeah,
nothing that I
you're
can
right.
see. There's nothing that I can see when men and women play those other sports that I wouldn't see when women play. When men play basketball, there's a ton that I'll see that won't be seen when women play, and it's clear.
and like in tennis, when Serena and Venus was saying pay them more, even though they wasn't playing the equal amount of sets, because the men's is 5 sets, women is 3 sets. So you got a difference in there. But the thing about with Venus and Serena as tennis players, they were the draw. They were the bigger
Right.
draw over the men. So yeah,
Right.
they deserve that money. But with the WNBA, and then also with the WNBA, they don't even play the same amount of games anywhere near. You couldn't think that you're gonna make the type of money that the men make when you only play 30 something games, and the NBA season is 82 games. Y'all have a 3 month season. The NBA season is what, 9 months.
Said
No, it's not gonna be the same in no
said they
form or
need
fashion.
better marketing and better refs. Dad said they should make more money. They need better marketing and better refs. So
That would help. That
marketing,
would go.
that's what I'm saying with the marketing. Do you think you could possibly help me? Do
Well,
you do you
I'm gonna
do
tell
you
you
think that
what
women
also.
should change what they wear out there and add more of a feminine energy to hoop?
No, I'm gonna tell you what hurts the game also, and this is definitely going to be controversial, but it's definitely true. It's not widely marketed because you have a lot of people that don't want to push their daughters into playing basketball because of the extreme level of homosexuality in women's basketball. The WNBA is the only sport that you're going to see spouses playing on the court together. And a lot of people do not want to push their kids into that atmosphere or that environment because that's what makes it not marketable, and it makes it hard to market. Because this is what you see. When you see females, it's not what they're wearing on the court, it's what they coming into the games, and when they walking in the games looking like whole dudes. Mm-hmm. And people, so you be quick to be like, nah, as a basketball player, do I want to have my daughter around this? Would I want to push my daughter to be in this environment? And that's what makes the game not.
That's a double standard for the girls, Reem. The girls, they still get to play in a professional sport. They can walk up and look like a whole dude. Ain't no dude gonna walk in no NFL locker room or NBA locker room looking like a whole girl. You gotta go, man. It's a double standard.
And it's accepted. It's accepted in the WNBA, but I'm saying it makes it where it's hard to market the game to people.
Terrell said bingo.
You said what Terrell said?
Bingo. He said bingo.
It makes it hard. Man, but Terrell understand that, man. When you've been around it and that makes it hard to market. You know what I'm saying? Because what personality when you trying to sell a product and all this and that? How are you selling the product when if I got a player for the NBA that's masculine and that's what we're promoting the product? Why do I want that to be? Why am I going to get a female to do that? You want some of a softer side or something like that to promote your product, and if that's not the image that they give off, I'm like, some of the things that you hear about that happen with the WNBA or even in women's college basketball, you know what I'm saying, that problems happening on teams and issues happening this and that because they're dating each other. That's not the.
I mean,
so
you hear about what they do now. You hear about the problems in arenas where they're throwing dildos and stuff out on the court. It's supposed to be a family-friendly environment, and that sort of stuff.
That's out of control.
That's out of control, man. That's happening like in multiple WNBA games where that's like.
I mean,
whoever's doing that needs to be arrested and taken to to Ahava's jail. They need to be arrested and taken to his jail for that. That's out of control.
But it's happening
wherever Ahava's jail is at, that's where they should be.
Somebody got to go out there and pick that up.
But I agree that made them unlikable.
He said all the complaining has made them unlikable.
Who said that?
Will Black.
That is true because they complain in the games like what we talk about with what we dislike in the men game with the complaining to the referees and this and that. The WNBA is just as bad, and I don't like to see it in the NBA game. Like, man, would y'all hoop and quit arguing with the refs every other play? Or every play is somebody arguing with the refs. And yes, there's a lot of incompetent, bad referees, but that don't mean you got to stop and argue with them every play. Because then the last time I checked, I've seen nobody change a call at all. So, man, keep hooping. But the WNBA, if you watch their games, it's just as bad. And I think that they feel they can do the same thing as the men. So, like, did y'all watch the WNBA All-Star game?
No.
Exactly. No. Man, it was not good. So the same complaints that everybody has about the men in the All-Star game and how they don't play hard and that type of stuff. That's what the WNBA game looked like. Even to the point, Candace Parker.
They trying to do now. Wait a minute. You telling me that the WNBA players didn't play hard in their All-Star game?
Yes.
Trying to be point, like the men. See,
even Candace Parker talked about it
and said she turned it off. I'm tired
Candace Parker stated that she turned it off and she said Yeah, we can't do this. We asking for people want more money, this and that. We cannot get on a national stage and do this. It was atrocious. Like literally. Like if you wasn't a fan, you became less of a fan. And right now they're in a position where they're trying to draw fans and make all that stuff happen. They gotta be on their best foot forward at all times.
I agree.
At all
The-
times. And this is like I said, it was a bad product put out on the court.
Now I sound like we squatting all on the WNBA. In perspective, like to give them well, I don't know if it's any support, but from what I understand, the highest paid WNBA player in the league is making what, like, well, they're on the court salary. It's like 200 or 300 grand. Is that true? Did anybody know that? I know that people like Caitlin Clark and people that got endorsement deals are making millions, but I don't think there's a WNBA player that has an annual salary of $1 million. I don't think that none of them.
No,
None of them do, not one. So I think that may explain why they, it's like, yeah, we ain't asking for too much, but I go back to the league itself is operating in the black. I think that they're getting much more popularity now. They're like, golly, what do we got to do? But
let's take this into play also though. When you're saying you want this money, but you work from May to August, maybe September, May to September, and you get $150,000. Is that bad?
No.
and your business is in the black.
Now, mind you, those are the top folks. Those are the top people making that though. Everybody ain't.
Okay, so even if you played from May to September and you got $80,000.
I mean, no doubt. I think your best bet
May
is
to
to ball
September.
out,
What's that?
ball
That's
out in
5
college
months?
and get an
4
NIL
months?
deal. And you good.
4
That's your
months?
best bet. Go to college, get an NIL deal, and make some money.
Yeah, that's why you have some players that's staying in college now because they can make more money. Women basketball players make more money in college than they do in the WNBA.
Absolutely. You ball out. There's no reason to go to the W if you can make. If you're at one of the big schools and have a big endorsement deal, just like Juju. I think Juju, she definitely making close to $1 million. She got State Farm commercials and all type of stuff. So it makes a lot of sense for her to be in college and killing the game.
Right. I agree with that. If I was her, I probably would stay all 4 years.
Absolutely. Why not?
That's MAGA out there throwing the dildos on the court.
Damn.
That's they protest. That's they trolling. They trolling the young sisters out there. Man, I don't know. I guess I'd rather watch a boxing match than a WNBA game. Which one? If you could watch Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese or Layla Ali versus Clarissa Shields, which one would you watch?
Basketball. I don't like fighting at all.
I'd rather watch BMF.
Damn.
I think I'd rather watch Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese bang it out.
I could not watch that a whole game.
I think I could watch that because it's kind of like it's a big enough stake. Like I like watching games that have some type of stake in it. You know what I mean? Championship, or it's my favorite team, or some kind of some type of storyline. The storyline helps me watch a lot of this stuff, man. To be honest,
and
Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese is good enough to do that.
That storyline is not a good storyline because when you're watching them play, those are two totally different type of players. That's like Caitlin Clark is she coming down, she's shooting the ball, she's scoring the ball, this and that. Angel Reese is a Dennis Rodman type player. Not trying to knock, she's not an offensive player. So when you hyping that up to see that the two people go at it, that's not even a good comparison to have them going at each other. She's
Could
not a
Angel
scorer.
Reese guard Caitlin Clark?
No, and Caitlin
No,
Clark can't guard
no,
Angel Reese.
exactly. They're different positions, and I think that is where that league is at. They have to manufacture
So
those.
Angel Reese
Right?
wouldn't be switchable onto Caitlin Clark.
No,
No,
I don't know. I never studied that game to say. So give me a comparison in the NBA. Like that would be like Draymond Green switching on to, or not Draymond Green, because you saying she like Dennis Rodman. So that's like a very good defensive rebounding player to me. That's like
exactly,
a classic number 4 type player.
exactly.
right.
So
She
would
gonna
you
rebound.
compare him to a Draymond Green or Draymond? No. Who now
Dennis
compares to Dennis
Rodman.
Rodman?
Dennis Dennis Rodman was a freak of nature that
Yeah.
could do, and Dennis
Yeah.
Rodman could so maybe I shouldn't use Dennis Rodman because Dennis Rodman could guard multiple positions on the court.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
not that's not Angel Reese. Dennis Rodman could sit down early on in his career. He checked all the best wing players.
Right.
Then later on in his career, he was checking centers. He ain't grown none, and this and that. So maybe that's a bad.
What
And I was
about
just
like
using
Amari Stoudemire? Like she like an Amari Stoudemire?
Amari was more offensive than
Yeah,
Angel
he
Reese.
is.
Angel Reese is not a scorer at all.
Mhm.
You know, they don't even put her in position to try to score because that's not what she does. She rebounds the ball. She can get the rebound and push the ball down the court, pass it. You know what I'm saying? She
Angel
makes
Reese
some
can
good.
do all that?
Yeah, she does that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? She get the ball and she'll push it down the court and make a play and pass to somebody else. So I guess you could say kind of of Draymond Green. But you don't you not about to, when it was LeBron playing against Golden State, you wasn't talking about LeBron against Draymond Green. It was LeBron and Steph. So
Yeah.
therefore, to use Caitlin Clark, and I think the media does that because they know this. And they kind of try to manipulate the situation. So then when the game come, oh, Angel Reese only had 10 points. She had 10 points and 18 rebounds. Well, yeah, that's what Angel Reese does.
Right.
But I
Angel
think
Reese
they,
doesn't
I think
shoot threes.
You
She
know what
doesn't.
they should do? This is what they should do, bro. They should make them check each other for the whole game. So that NBA game, they should make them guard each other. And look, she can't check her. She can't check her. So let's see who dominates the most. Okay, you okay, take her down in the post. Caitlin Clark got to shoot threes. I bet you Angel Reese could probably do a better job defending Caitlin Clark than Caitlin Clark could do defending Angel Reese because of
it just
where
depends
she'll
where
take
they
her
at on
to.
the court, though. If Angel Reese is out on the perimeter, um, Caitlin Clark is good. She can just back off and allow her to do what
Now,
she do out there because
Angel
she
Reese
can't
ain't gonna
shoot.
do that. Angel Reese gonna take her down to the block every time. Now, Caitlin Clark, and then I think it's
But
gonna be
she's
a
not.
higher
I don't think
percentage shot.
she's not
She's
that
the,
gifted a ball handler to just walk her down and dribble all the way down to the post. That's not going to happen in a game. And
Yeah, Reeves
I
said
don't.
she get the ball and push it up the court. She can back her
go,
down.
going straight. You know what I'm saying? That back down is a lot different than getting the ball and just pushing it off of a rebound. Angel Reese plays to Angel Reese's ability the best that she can, and she's great at being who she is. The problem is that the media tries to overhype this battle and make it be something that's a comparison that's an unfair comparison. You cannot put a a scorer out there that's shooting the ball. Caitlin Clark shoots from anywhere and at any
Right.
time.
Yeah.
Angel Reese is not. That's not what she brings to the game. She's great at what she's very effective at what she does. Rebound,
Yeah.
rebound. She dominates the glass. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a comparison. I'm not about to. So then when Caitlin Clark comes shoot a three, oh, what Angel Reese gonna do? She's gonna do exactly. She's probably gonna go set a pick for somebody, maybe roll off the pick, try to get the ball going to the bucket, get a layup. That's what you're
I'm
gonna get out of
saying,
her
hold
scoring.
on, let
Or
me
is she gonna
clarify.
crash the glass
Let me
after?
my fault. But let me clarify what I'm asking to be done here. I want there to be a WNBA game where they play against each other in a team atmosphere and setting, and say throughout this game, y'all two guard each other.
That's
And
not
that's
that's
who you
not
guard.
realistic though.
I know
That's
it's
not
not
realistic.
realistic, but I'm just saying what I would want to see if who would be the
That's
most effective that game, you know?
that's not even entertaining. It's like saying, "Hey, we got Shaq on the court and Allen Iverson, and we need
Right,
y'all to check each other." What
right.
is that going to do? That brings no
Yeah,
excitement to,
nobody
to
wants
the
to see
game.
that. That ain't
Like
gonna be good.
none. So he got Shaq out on the perimeter,
Who-
and he crosses Shaq up and going around Shaq. Okay, and
I
then
think
Shaq get the
that
ball on.
game favors the big man though. I think it favors the
How?
big.
It
How?
depends how you playing.
Well, because this is what I'm saying. I'm saying that the guard, like Allen Iverson, okay, he's quick enough to create space and shoot jumpers over Shaq. But I don't know how many times he can just really blow by Shaq good enough where he wouldn't be able to
Every
recover
single
and
time.
block the shot.
Every
Every
time.
single time. Every
Every
time.
time? Oh,
Every
Yes.
time.
okay.
Not to
When
mention,
I didn't
not to
know.
mention,
I didn't know that. It seemed like
not to
Shaq would be able
mention,
to catch up and block it.
but not to mention, you're saying in this scenario, they have to check one another. After
They
Shaq
do.
gets it in the post and scores,
Right.
outlet, outlet, and he's gone. What is Shaq going to do in the open court? He's not going to be able to run with him.
Well,
It's a
your
layup on the
team
other
can
end.
still play help defense and so on and so forth. But I'm just saying, like, it's still a game. But I'm
so
saying, like,
now
for the most of the time, like, you just check them because y'all got smoke with each other. Y'all got beef. As a matter of fact, we can put this same concept on any. From now on, I want all superstars to check each other in every game. That's the
so
rule for
so now
sports.
now what you're asking is saying that we still can
And you
play help
telling me,
defense.
cuz, wait a minute, you telling me that wouldn't be a more exciting game to watch?
It
It
What?
wouldn't
would
be
be a bad game to watch because all you're doing is trying to get help on both ends of
because
the court.
what you said is you still can play help defense. So now if you got help defense,
Yeah.
that's not entertaining. So now, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? He trying to post up Allen Iverson. AI go in front of him, and then we gonna run another man behind him. Oh, Shaq, back off some, and then we trying to we got somebody over here and help defense. That negates the game. You know what I'm saying? So what you asking for him
Yeah,
to
and
do, it
we gotta
really don't mean
figure
that.
out a way
If
to
you
make
have
it
help
happen,
defense,
like
they're
some type.
not guarding
Because
each
I know
other.
what you're saying. You are right, cuz like they can just double team and all that shit. So what I'm saying is we gotta put some rules in place to stop all that shit.
So
No,
Like,
but when
so
you stop that, it gets bad. Then that's when
ah,
the
all I'm gonna
original
do is
thing is
destroy my
they just
concept,
matched
man.
up.
so this goes to so if you playing so when you hear people now talk about playing all this one-on-one stuff, right? One-on-one changes.
Yeah, Angel Reese is Mason Plumley.
God, dog.
Who said that?
Angel Reese. It's Mason. Stop playing. He says, stop.
So
Will
one-on-one changes
Blackmore.
because
Man, what?
because
And I'm
you
sitting up
can
here talking about let her.
you can change the rules in playing one-on-one. That completely changes the game. So now, if you tell me, all right, if we playing anything goes in one-on-one, I don't see how when they say people, even though LeBron ain't just a one-on-one player, but LeBron would be hard to beat with anything goes in one-on-one because he can back people down and do that. But if you play, hey, let's play one-on-one and you got 3 dribbles, changes the game completely.
Yeah.
Completely. So now I can honestly say that a player like Gilbert Arenas would probably kill LeBron in a game of one-on-one with 3 dribbles.
Damn. What? Just
All that
going
changes
around
the
him.
game.
Just going around him.
Or just making him shift enough that he can get his shot off of 3 dribbles. But in order for LeBron to get his advantage, he's probably going to need more than 3 dribbles to get to the spot to where he need to get to. So that yeah, that makes it a complete difference in a one-on-one game. You know,
Dad said my sons are haters.
hey, he know we don't we just Pops loves
He said there
he
are
loves Angel Reese.
players that can really shoot, pass, and play good basketball. Thank you.
What does that say it again?
Dad, he said there are plenty of WNBA players that can really shoot, pass, and play good basketball.
No, they
And
aren't.
we ain't got nothing good to say about them. He said, no, they aren't.
I mean, it is some WNBA players that can
No, I
play.
was saying, relatively speaking, there are. When you look at the women's game, I'm just saying there is a clear and distinct difference when you look at the women's game versus the men's game. You can't miss it. I mean, it's at least when I've looked at it, I've heard some of the WNBA women say that they could beat NBA players. It's like, come on, man, you can't do that
At all.
Hey, in the chat, they said 200,000 for 4 months is a serious come up. I'll take it. And then Terrell said that's called stealing.
Damn, y'all killing the women, man.
Damn. That set the WNBA back itself right there. They didn't even they pay one person 200,000. They're in the red for the rest of the year.
Yeah, Lee, real hard on them. Said they the money, man.
Hey, when your business stay in the black and you keep getting paid and you want a raise, that is stealing, ain't it?
Hey,
They may
the
want a raise,
WNBA
but they're not going to get it. They're not going to get a raise.
When the WNBA first came out, though, it was kind of cool. It was like exciting, like, oh, bet they about to let the women play. Because the basketball season had come to the end. And I think as a kid, I always wondered, like, dang, I wonder can women who I said, oh, okay. But then it just was like, man, it's not good like we thought, you know? So I don't know, man. I like to see, huh? Bro, hold on. Let me ask you this, bro. What do you think about the concept of making superstars check each other? 1 to 10, what grade would you give it?
If they play the same position, that's cool.
No, Steph Curry and LeBron gotta check each other. Kevin Durant, LeBron, they gotta check each other.
But
Ja
those are
Morant,
similar.
Steph Curry. Ja Morant, Steph Curry gotta check each other. Kyrie, Steph Curry, they gotta check each other.
If they play the same position,
yeah.
You said
if they
would
play
I
the
like
same
to
position, that's cool.
Would I like to see it? Is that the question?
Yeah.
No, I mean it just depends. If Steph Curry is as equally talented on the defensive end as he is on the offensive end, I think it would make sense. My want is to have the best basketball game ultimately that you can see. If that means it doesn't make sense schematically to have him checking him,
yeah,
I don't want to see that. I want to see teams that
Right.
are competing at their best. If it don't make sense for him to check him, why would you do that? I want teams to be at their best on both ends of the court, and then you see which team is the best. Because I think that's what gets lost too. We get caught up in one-on-one matchup, and that's not how this game, any team sport works. Of course, you have superstars, and they'll consistently rise to the top, but the team is required. You need everyone to be able to work together to get the ultimate outcome that you want. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily want top two players to check each other if it don't make sense. I would never say.
So you
Oh,
have like
Steph Curry.
Wemby versus Steph Curry out there.
Yeah, no,
Quit saying that.
no, that doesn't make sense. But
No.
if you walking into a basketball game and you going in there and you like, hey, the top two players on the team are two guards. I would like to see them. They match up. They both play the two, so they match up against each other. If it's fours, you know what I'm saying, match up against each other. If it's 2 point guards, match up against each other, because that's what it is. But no, I don't want to see a point guard, because a point guard is the best player on one team and a center is the best. So no, them checking each other means nothing. That actually turns into bad basketball. Something that I wouldn't be interested in seeing that.
All right, and there's something else that I want to do before we go. We about to get out of here because we reaching our limit. But would you like to see a game where everybody has to play? The whole team. In the championship game, the whole team has to play.
This is just basketball, right?
This is basketball. Well, whatever sport you pick, is there? Yeah, but I was talking about basketball.
Never.
The whole team.
Never.
No. No,
Never.
not that they have to play, and then what they got to play equal minutes. I mean, what does that? I mean that
something like that. Something like
No.
that. I mean, just
That
maybe
sounds
not
too much
equal
like
minutes. I
everybody
won't
get a
even go.
trophy.
Hold on, I don't want to take it that far. Not equal minutes, but you gotta play like your worst player at least like 5 minutes, 4 minutes type shit, and play everybody, but 4 minutes for the worst player.
Never.
Yeah, not at all. They have a role to play.
They keep
Wave
scoring.
your towel on the sideline and be happy.
To see how good the team is, man. The whole team.
They're good. They help with practice. They're not supposed to be playing. No,
I want to see. I want my fantasy football team to be like that too, because sometimes the players you got on the bench, they scored the most points, and you wish you had them in the game.
Did you
I
just
want to see a whole
transition
team
from a real life game, fantasy football?
Well, I was already thinking about fantasy football while y'all were talking about WNBA, so I just kind of like put it in the mix, you know. Man, for shits and giggles, bro.
Yeah, I got a good for shits and giggles today, man. You know, as y'all know, over the well, y'all both know, over the last 2.5 years, you know, my parents have been out of the home, man, and I've been through a lot with trying to get their house prepared for them to move back in, from dealing with some bad contractors, real bad contractors that did everything wrong. They have to bring people over here to redo stuff and fix everything, and it's been a long process, man, and been very draining in a lot of ways with dealing with a lot of things. But you know, the bright side of it, so it's been for the shits, but the for giggles now is tomorrow mom and pops will be coming back home, and so looking forward to having them back at the house tomorrow, and them being back at Yale, and looking forward to seeing the smile on their face when they're able to come back and be at their home. So that's my for shits and giggles.
Yeah, bro. Yes.
Mine's, I would say, it's less about the, how would I put it? It's more about the giggles, because My son is out in California working right now, and he is doing videography, doing some
Yes,
freelance
sir.
work. But it's is he's been gone since Wednesday, and he'll be home tomorrow. But it's a big opportunity for him, doing some work with a guy that does people who are recovering addicts, and he's helping filming some real life situations where people are in recovery or going through their go through when it comes to addiction. And it's a huge opportunity for him, and it is a big shout out for him because he's getting exposure that he hasn't had in the past, and it's um, a real big thing for him. So I'm excited for him. Can't wait to hear about when it happened while he was there. He sent some pictures home today. He was out at the crypt, got to see all the statues, and he's a big Lakers fan. Ed's his dad, so he got to see the Shaq statue, Kobe, Magic. So he's having a good time out there, and can't wait to see when he get home and hear all the stories. Super duper proud of him, and know that this is just the tip of the iceberg as it relates to his career that's about to take off. Boom.
Congratulations, nephew.
Man, congratulations, nephew. That's so cool. That's sweet, man. From nephew going to Stivers, like he was always on creative, man. And that's so player for him to be out in California. You know, that's where he can go and actually get it done. So that's major. I love to hear it. Man, I was just thinking about dad, bro. I'm just reading the chat. Ah, man. And I'm talking about Lonnie Gilbert in the chat, you know. Man, when that I want to just since you're on here and I haven't talked to you in a while, I want to tell you thank you. Man, I really love you. For real.
Ditto.
And I'm glad to see you going home, you know.
Make sure y'all come pass on Sunday to see him. And
All
my
right.
my,
Yeah.
my 50th birthday gonna be on Monday also too. So I'll be joining the 50 club with y'all.
That's gonna be major. A real turn up, man. A real turn up. I didn't really get a chance to finish though, man. I just was, man, that just hit me so much, man. I just think about when I was a kid, you know, and just you being there for me every step of the way, Dad. Everything, like, man, I was your son too, you know, and you just made sure that I was straight. And that means everything, bro. It really, really, really does. And I just see you said like I'm going home with the exclamation points. It just hit me like, you know, good. It seemed like you know you really want to go and do that, and that is so good. I'm happy for you. You raised
Nope.
a great son too, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we
Remy.
can't
I'm
say
talking
nothing
about,
but great things about Chad, for
I'm,
sure.
I'm talking about Remy, bro. Remy, bro.
And
His
we ain't
heart,
talking about
man.
Ray. He raised a great son. You are absolutely right.
You raised,
His name
yeah,
is
man.
Chad. Reem, I mean, at the man, Mr. Gilbert is on the line, man. Reem was a hellion, man. Reem, I mean, we went to school with him. You already know what it is. Hey, we have to be honest on here, man. We can't just act like he was some sort of choir kid, man. This kid was a terror in school from Miami Chapel, Fairview. It didn't stop. First Dayton, Little League, Mohawks, all of it. He was a problem. And we gotta, man, you gotta start telling the truth about
Oh
people,
my
man.
God, man. This is terrible, man. I can't even have a serious moment.
I am serious, man.
God. All right, bro. That's for shits and giggles. Happy birthday, Remy G. You better get old like
Happy
the rest of us.
birthday.
Man,
You,
appreciate that,
hey,
man.
you better go. You better run around the track one last time before Monday. Because after that, it's over for you. Damn.
Man,
All
appreciate
of
y'all,
us
man.
50 years old, bro. That's crazy.
Man, and we've been kicking it for man. Like we literally can say we've been down and rolling for 40 something years, man. Me and
Man,
Bone was on the same T-ball team together at from what 5, 6 years old.
Yeah, man.
Man, man.
that's
And
insane.
House of
I was,
Weed, the green thing, we was dope.
yep, we had Los Knox on there with us, man. Hey man, give out another shout out to Los, man, on this podcast, man, for a Starstruck podcast, man. I don't know if y'all seen this week's one with his interview with Penny, man. It was Penny Hardaway. It was a great watch, man. So everybody out there, go check out a Starstruck podcast by Carlos Knox, man.
Man,
It
cuz
was
it's
really
crazy
good.
that you said that because I talked to Los this morning and Los said that he's gonna try to come on with us Tuesday night.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yep.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so we should have Los on Tuesday. So that's gonna
Okay.
be really cool. Y'all, I can't wait to see y'all, bro. This gonna be real nice, bro. you know, yeah, that's gonna be lit. So, all right, y'all. Thanks for everybody for watching. Like, subscribe, ring the bell notification so you can get alerted every time we drop. And for Shits and Giggles podcast.
Peace out.
Peace, brothers.